27th. So we are going out to do some raking.
So we can big square bale.
Yeah. Dad started cutting over here. What, see all the deer out there?
What?
Oh, deer, see any deer out there?
Oh, one of them. 'Cause I could see barely. Oh, two.
Two? I see three. So yesterday we chopped our big field. Got that all done. I didn't film any of that. But
We killed some raccoons.
yeah, we got a couple of raccoons that were running across the field.
3 of them.
Yep, we probably can't show that on YouTube. Some people won't like it, but we saved a bunch of pheasants and turkeys anyways.
We're gonna put the raccoons in YouTube.
No, I don't think so. So anyways, so that bag, we weren't with that new bagger, we're still figuring out how much fits in there and stuff. We were thinking that pivot would fill it up, but didn't quite do it. There's room for probably 4 or 5 loads yet. So Dad is cutting some right now. We're hoping we can get that to dry out and chop that this evening. But it's not really looking like it. The sun's not out, there's not a lot of wind. But we'll see. He's actually cutting some. I see he made one round on that alfalfa, but then he moved on to the new seeding. There's some weeds and stuff in there. So we'll see. It's supposed to rain tonight. That's why we didn't want to cut too much. Be stuck with it. Then today's Thursday. Then you got the weekend coming up, and we got stuff going on this weekend. Gotta slow down here. So anyways, would have been ideal to cut a little more yesterday to finish off that bag, but like I said, we weren't really sure how much we needed, and we only have room. The bag that we're filling right now is the only room we have, so we got to bale a bunch. So that's what we're gonna go rake now. When we cut that pivot yesterday, 2 days ago, I cut 2 smaller fields before that. We laid it really wide so it could dry out. So that's what we're gonna go rake up right now to bale. What do you think?
Good.
Did you just wake up?
Like maybe an hour ago or something.
An hour ago? Yeah. Someone had T-ball last night. They're a little tired.
Got a couple a little yesterday. What happened to all that hay?
Oh, there wasn't much there. The edges along the trees usually aren't as good because the trees block all the sunlight. As you get farther out, it gets a lot better. Alright, so we gotta take this off. Alright, so with this rake, we I'll show you. So these things, they kind of lock it in place so they don't fall down when you're going down the road. When you get out to the field and you set the wings down, these are supposed to tip down like this side went down all the way. This one, usually this one always gets stuck. Tip it down. So now when we're going, we get to our ends, we want to pick this up. This will pick up till this catches right there. So it goes up at about a 45-degree angle or so. That way you can keep the PTO running, the wheels keep spinning, and it picks it up without wrecking anything. But if this thing is stuck up like that, and this comes up too far, that'll put too much pressure on this knuckle on the PTO shaft, and you'll snap it off. That has not happened to us yet, knock on wood. I always make sure these are down, but if these are down, everything's good to go. So we're ready to start raking. Shut it. Alright, so we got this field done. Just gonna jump out here, feel it, see what it kind of moisture's like. Actually don't feel too bad. It's not drying the greatest today. There's not much breeze. It's fairly cloudy. Be nice if we had that blue skies over there so we could get some sun on it, but from the cab it looked a little wetter. But no, that ain't. We should be able to bale this afternoon, I would think. Should be some nice stuff. A lot of leaves on it. It was fairly young. This field was probably, I don't know, 27, 28 days old probably, or since last cutting. So should be some really good, high in protein and quality. So yeah, we're gonna get the other field raked up. And then we were talking about maybe having our neighbor Galen big square this stuff, but I don't know if it, you know, kind of on his time, whenever he can make, if he can make it work, great. If not, we'll round bale it ourselves. We'll kind of see. Once I get the other stuff raked up and Dad's done cutting, he'll come out and check it, see what the moisture's kind of like, and we'll decide from there. What's that?
Did it feel right?
Yeah, it doesn't feel too bad. Did you find my Mountain Dew again?
What?
Are you drinking my Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
Alright, one more field to rake.
Good. What? I like what to do. Let's go.
Go underneath and in the middle. Okay, yep, pull that down. Yep, all the way. Yep, now do the other side. Good job. Hey everyone, so it is June 28th today. So I kind of forget what I filmed or when's the last time I filmed. It was yesterday, I think. We videoed us raking that hay that we're hoping to bale. Dad cut some other hay. So I don't think I filmed much after that, but we ended up chopping the second field we raked. That stuff was a little heavier hay, and we didn't think that was going to dry down enough to bale. So we chopped that one. We chopped the stuff Dad cut yesterday. Kind of did hay in a day with it. It was only 3 loads. We're hoping that was enough to fill up the bag. And then that first field we raked, we baled that up. You can see here, we got the bales home already. I was loading them up. Dad and Tucker in the tractor, so I don't know if they were filming anything or not. I guess I'll find out once we look at the video, or you guys probably have already seen it because she'd have put it in the video. But so these bales, they did not get as dry as we were hoping, and it was a 90% chance of rain last night, and we ended up getting about 1 inch, just under 1 inch, which was really good. All the hay we had cut was put up anyways, but these bales did not get as dry as we wanted, but we had to get them baled, otherwise they would have sat in the rain. So they baled. They were close to being good, but they are just a little too wet yet. So we are having, there's a local guy, Joe, he does custom bale wrapping, so we're gonna wrap these bales. We've only done it a couple times, but a lot of people around do wrap bales for baleage. Typically we get our stuff dry, but this year has not been a good hay drying year. So that's what we're gonna do. We got them all the bales home. We got 31 bales off that field. I think that field's like 12 or 13 acres, but they should be some pretty good hay. Should be some really good stuff. So we want to try to keep it as good as we can. So we're gonna put the bales along the shed here. I just went in with the mower. The lawnmower just kind of knocked the weeds down a bit, so it looks a little bit nicer. That will start. Oh, there he goes right there. So actually, a big reason too why we're doing it, he's gonna go wrap some bales over at Dennis's. And once he's done over there, he'll come over here. So we'll probably show you how that works. And the bag is, there's 6 folds left on the bag. Usually you want to quit filling the bag when there's about 3 or 4 folds left. Otherwise you gotta feed out of it at the end because it doesn't seal up. We need one more load to finish off the bag. If we wouldn't have got that rain last night, we would have cut more yesterday and would have filled it, but we kind of tough to estimate how much we needed and didn't want to leave hay out laying. So what I mean by folds, so I was getting at this right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I would guess he'll be over here in about an hour or so, I would guess. Then our next issue is going to be next crop again, because that haylage bag will be gone here by a couple days. We'll start on this one, the last bag from last year. But by the time third crop comes around, we'll maybe be halfway done with this bag. So that's going to be tough. This side, there's room. You know, that high moisture corn bag, there's probably 2 months left of corn in there. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do with third crop yet. We gotta think of a spot to put a bag. I don't know if we take out some row of that corn there. I don't know, it's kind of been our dilemma. I think if we would have had room to put 2 bags, we would have had all of our hay all done, I think. We would have got, I don't know, probably about a bag and a half. We are about 80% done with our second crop hay. We just got 2 fields left. The field up on the hill there is probably, I don't know, it's at 8 acres or something. Then we got a 10-acre field, which isn't very real good hay. About half that field's pretty nice, half it's kind of poor. Then we got our 2 new seedings from this spring. One's 30 acres, the other one's just under 10 acres, I think. So we don't got much left, but it would have been nice to get that all done before this rain came, and next week's 4th of July, and we'll figure out a way to get it done. But that's about all I got for now. We'll find something to do for a little bit till Joe gets here to wrap up some bales.
Trying to get stuck with that bobcat about the 3rd time through it.
Well, it's kind of gravelly there from that
on the top. Just got to get around them.
You got it dry, Bale? rock off the bottom of the bale fell and got on that roller, and then the plastic rips.
How many bales can you get through one roll of those?
All 4 rolls will do about 120 bales.
What are you doing? What? Are you a pie? Don't fall off.
Look, our feet can kind of stick.
Your feet stick?
No. You got a lock key?
So he got pushed into some mud, so Travis has to pull him out.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. You can record this one.
I did too. Perfect the first time. He just told me not to record because he doesn't usually line it up right the first time because he can't see it because he's over here running the controls. So naturally I recorded and hit the nail on the head first time. That is fancy. So you've been doing this, you said like 8 or 9 years?
Yep.
And this is the same piece of machinery you started with?
Yep.
And you used to travel like far?
Yeah, I used to go 50, 60 miles.
And now you just stay local?
Local now.
What are you from us? 10 miles?
I suppose.
About?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just get local neighbors calling you when
Yep.
weather's rainy like this?
Yep.
That makes sense. Damn. Imagine you stay busy.
This time of the year,
Yeah.
this year,
Yeah, how was last summer for you?
not busy.
At all?
I did more this year than I did this up till now. I did more than I did all of last year.
Really? And it's June.
Yeah.
That's insane. But yeah, for sure. So this, you do custom baling and chicken barn.
Yep.
Yeah, that's plenty. You said we've done it here before?
Yep.
When? Why don't I remember that?
I don't know, Travis, when did I do it here? A couple years.
Last year, but the year before.
Say, I thought 2 years.
Really?
And then we did
Right,
one.
went up right up here.
Yeah, and then I think that might have been 3 years ago. Then 2 years ago we did a few along that that side of that shed.
I guess I've never seen that. So what is this piece of machinery called?
A bale wrapper.
And you said, so I called that saran wrap. It's obviously not saran wrap. Oh, puppy. Not saran wrap. But you said, so a garbage bag, explain that to me.
Like a garbage bags are like 4 mil, and this is 1 mil.
So super, super thin.
Yep.
So what do you have to do to make sure that the bales stay out of moisture? Why does that work?
Multiple layers.
Okay, it just wraps thick layers around it. Why is it that it's so thin?
More layers is better.
Okay, so that's the norm for all bale wrap machines?
Yeah.
All right. Is there do people do this as like a business? Like, is there custom bale wrapping, or is...
I'm sure. That's what I'm doing it.
I don't know anybody else. Does anybody else around here do it?
Oh yeah.
Is there really?
Yep.
I feel like everybody always says Joe Novotny. So that's all I know.
That's the local guys.
Right.
That's who you get.
Well, it works. This is cool. I don't know. For whatever reason, if we've had it done here in years past, I haven't seen it done.
We try to chop most of it, but sometimes it just needed done.
Wet.
If we put them in the shed, they'd probably start on fire. They were just a little too wet.
Have we ever had a fire here?
Knock on wood, no.
Does straw burn as easily as hay, or no?
Hay is worse.
Hay is worse. And it's when moisture is above like what percentage?
I don't even know. It's
Anything above into your 20s, I'd be leery of.
So like, what are the bales that you wrap today? How much? You don't really test it?
we don't know.
You just knew it was too wet to put in a shed?
They don't stay nice and round when you pick them up.
So now when we go to use these, what do you guys do? Do you just carry like a knife and have to cut one at a time?
Yep.
And then we can just put the plastic in the dumpster?
It's about a bean can full per bag. It really isn't. It's really thin. It doesn't add up to be, but yeah, it'll just go.
All
It
right,
doesn't add up very fast.
makes sense.
To haul it, yep.
So
You take off.
when I was a little kid, we had a big wood splitter, and I remember my job was always to run the hydraulics, and it looked a lot like this. So as he was running it, I was kind of watching. Imagine this is off, on. And then these, but he didn't even he wasn't touching those. It's all kind of automated, so he must set it. You just set it up on, how do you set it so it knows how to run on its own?
Set the stuff.
It's magic. Just kind of does it on its own.
Yeah,
So
know where to set stuff.
he knows where to set these, and then as the bales get added, he watches. There was one point where a rock got in that roller, so it kind of ripped the plastic a little bit, so he had to adjust it. But otherwise, it kind of just, it self-sufficiently does its own thing, and he keeps an eye on it, obviously. You can't put the bale on and leave, you know, he watches it and makes sure it goes. But I don't know, first time I've seen it done, it's kind of cool. What are you doing? Oh,
Wisconsin.
you said it was free?
Yeah, I wish it was free.
Paid $33,000 8 to 10 years ago, 2016?
Yeah.
8 years ago. Is it have a lot of life left in it?
As long as you keep fixing.
Fair? Fair enough?
Does she break down? You gonna steal anything?
Put a motor in it 2 years ago. 13 horse Honda.
Oh, a little Honda motor.
With the world of inflation, if you were to buy that piece of equipment again now, what do you think it'd be?
60.
Really? So it's almost doubled in price in 8 years.
I'm guessing.
That's insane.
60,000?
Where's your hat?
Why couldn't you just trade that one in for a new one?
No, because it cost 60,000.
How much
Then
is
he's
that?
gotta charge more for wrapping.
Yeah. Then Grandpa and Dad are going to have to pay more.
Grab it.